Hey everybody, this is Jake from Jake of All Trades, and today we're going to teach you how to get the most out of your seedlings. So here's what I've got. I've got some tomato plants that I started from seeds, and what I do is I put two seeds in each one of these pods. In case one of them doesn't take off, I at least have one, but what you can see here is I've got now 2 plants, and what do I do with that now? Now some people say cut off the weaker plant, and I just hate doing that, to be honest. So let me show you what I do in order to save both plants and have 2 plants out of 1 pot. Okay, what I'm going to need are some containers if I'm not going to put these directly in the ground. And I get these out of the dumpster at my local nursery. I don't save the plants, but I go ahead and take the containers to transplant these. You're going to need some more soil, some more potting soil here to change these out. And one thing I also like to use is this liquefied organic kelp, and that's going to help with establishing better roots even as I take these apart. I've had really good success with this product, and it doesn't really matter which one you use, but something organic kelp or seaweed would be perfect for kind of helping those roots to stay strong. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this up about halfway, and with tomato plants I'm going to bury these a little bit deeper than where the root is right now, and we can do that with tomato plants. I'm going to probably plant these up to right here, and that's going to help establish better roots on our plant, and it's fine for tomato plants. Other plants, it depends. You need to look at what you've got, but I've done this with lettuce. I've done it with other tomato plants, and I've had actually really good success. I really haven't had anything that's died off or had a problem with it. So what I need to do is I give this a little squeeze at the bottom, and with my fingers here, I put my fingers in between, and as I'm squeezing, I'm just going to give this a light pull these up, and then I make sure I just grab both sides and very gently pull these apart. Okay, now I'm just going to place one in here for now. Just do this one right here, and I'm going to put this pretty far down. I've got this about a third full of soil. Go ahead and put this in, and then I'm just going to fill it up the rest with soil, my potting soil here. And then just press that down real gently. And there's one. Same thing with our other one. Press this down nice and gentle. And there's my next one. And I'm just going to keep going through the process with this. One thing we need to do is we need to label these, because again, I always say, I'm going to go back, I'm going to write on here what it is, and then I forget. Now these are sun gold tomatoes, and I even have the date on here. I planted these on 4/10, so they're about a month and about 6 weeks old. These plants, actually, yeah, about 5-6 weeks. This is how tall they've gotten from just two seeds. So, but I'm going to go ahead and label these just so I remember what they are, because when I've got so many tomato plants and different things around, I completely forget what I've got. So I'm going to go through one more step though. Let me show you what I do first before I actually put in the liquefied kelp. One other thing I like to do is once I have these set, I'll go ahead and put this, I'll get just any type of container. This happens to be a lid off of I think grapes, I believe. Big old container of grapes. I take a container, make sure it's washed out, and put a little bit of water in the bottom of this, and then I'm just going to let these pots soak in here. And what happens is the soil will actually act like a sponge and suck the water up through the bottom of the container up into the soil up here, which is going to help establish these roots and help pull them down. Sometimes when I'm just pouring water from the top, it really doesn't soak in well. So I'll let this sit for about, I don't know, 15 minutes, 30 minutes should be long enough. And then I'll go ahead and water them from the top with my organic kelp fertilizer here. So I've got all my seedlings transferred to my pots. So now I'm just going to add some of this to kind of help establish those roots and help them with the shock of being moved around a little bit and torn apart. So you can get this at pretty much any nursery. I got this at one close to us, independent nursery. If you've got an Armstrong nursery around you, I think even maybe Lowe's or Home Depot may have a similar product. But this works really good. I really like this organic kelp. It really helps anytime I need to do any fertilizing. I like using this the best. And you got to read the instructions for where you're going to apply this. You can apply it to the soil. You can apply it to the leaves themselves. But really good product. So generally, I've got about a gallon of water in here. I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons in here. It's plenty. You don't need a lot. More is not necessarily better with this product. It's actually better to apply it a little less concentrated and maybe a little bit more often if you want. But you don't need to pour a ton of this in here. I like just put it, again, I put about, when I'm doing this, I like to use about one ounce per gallon, and that usually does the trick. That's plenty for what we need. So let's go water. So here's my seedlings that we've transplanted. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of that container, because there was one where only one took off in one of the cells instead of 2. But you can see I've got now 11 plants from one container, from one 6-cell container, which is awesome. So we're just going to make sure we soak these really good. I'm going to go over these a couple times. I'm just going to drench these. So I'll let those soak for about a minute, and then I'll hit them one more time with my organic kelp mixture here, and that should be good. Last thing, again, I make sure to label these. Don't forget to label your stuff when you're taking it apart, because you're going to have more than you had originally, and it gets really confusing really fast. It's my last suggestion to offer you on these, is make sure you label everything. Otherwise, it gets very confusing. So let me show you what I've done so far. I did these 2 same tomato plants right here a couple days ago, and you can see they're still thriving and looking nice and green. Right here I had a whole container full of lettuce that was growing, and I did these about a week ago. Separated them out from my little 6-cell container, but you can see how well they're doing even if I pull them apart. And to be honest, I really haven't had good luck with lettuce in the past in the ground and just sowing them directly in the ground. But you can see here, I really like how these are looking, and I can even start eating some of these right now if you want. So I've had a lot of good success with this. These tomato plants here are all out of 2 6-cell containers right here, and I've already planted a few and gave one away. But you can see how well they're doing, and I did these about 2 weeks ago, and they're looking really good. I just need to start actually putting these in the ground and giving these away to people so they can enjoy them. So I hope this helps with your gardening this season. I know that I was a little fearful before about taking these seedlings apart. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to put those down below. And if you like what you've seen here, be sure to like the video and subscribe to this channel. And be on the lookout for more gardening tips and videos coming up soon. We'll see you later.